Death Clam Games. Are we actually here? Yeah, I think so. Excellent connection, it says. Amazing. I'm literally thrilled. All right, let's go over here. We're doing Kaiju Quest. This is going to be another play test. I'm going to play test it a little bit differently today. It's play test day. Kaiju Quest. So that's the first one. Where's the other part? Oh, play test number 9. There we go. I guess I shouldn't call it play test 9. I should call it episode 9. Although pretty much every episode has a play test at this point. And we're play testing Kaiju Quest, which is a solo tabletop role-playing game about the people involved in a giant monster attack. Oh yeah, you know I need my phone. Here, I'll be right back, you guys. Just a second. For chat, just in case somebody's trying to say something. I didn't realize I didn't have my phone.
Oh.
It's called being a pro streamer, everybody.
Pro streamer.
It's pro streamer shit right here.
I'll come check on you before I go.
Yeah, here, let's see what happens here. I'm going to go see if everything's all right. See if there's any comments. All right, Kaiju Quest. I like the... Hey, Bowman, how you doing, man? I actually have... there we go. I actually have chat up. See? There was a comment. How you doing, man? This is drama here, you know? We just don't even know. I had to get the comments up before it was too late. All right, so what am I doing today? All right, I've gone through a lot of these notes and fixed a few things. For the hero right now, let's do that. Hero X will equal 5. Monster X will equal 5. To start. So I've had the hero have 5 dice and the monster have 10. But I think that's just really just too much. The hero was always losing. He was dying every single game. Killer shorts. Oh, you're talking about Loren?
No, I think he's talking about you.
Oh, my shorts. Oh, yeah, they are amazing. Yeah, no doubt. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, these are like... I didn't get a bunch of shorts. I got like a couple really nice shorts. Actually, one really nice. That's it. I have like one pair of shorts. Oh, Loren's going to go get a kettle. Thank you. Appreciate it. We don't have tea right now. It's kind of like a real hardship.
Our electric kettle broke.
Yeah, our electric kettle like just stopped working.
Right. Okay.
It was a sad situation.
See you soon.
All right, see you later. Have fun. I'll
Where's my pen?
play solo RPGs. Yeah. That's what all the cool people do, honestly. What was that Darkest Dungeon or whatever? I can't remember. It was something like, oh my God, who are those guys? And like walking down the hall, they were like all dressed in black. And he was like, those are the RPGers. And they just looked so bad. I think it was supposed to warn you of the dangers of playing RPGs. But it made it look pretty cool, I gotta say. Who are those guys?
Okay.
Oh, those guys? They play RPGs.
Now I'm gonna go. All right.
All right, see you later, Loren.
Yeah.
The chicks dig the dudes that play RPGs, though, right?
It's true.
Yeah, I thought so.
Sexy.
There's just no denying it. There you go. Confirmation. Yeah, we don't have tea right now, Bowman. I know it's a sad situation. All right, so what other changes? I guess, what did I make here? Let's go through. I guess I'll go through the last of these notes. Oh, wait, here, let me close the door real quick. Our studio is very delicate, like, you know, it's not totally professional yet. It's not actually totally a studio right now, but it looks nice. I think it's looking good. All right, let's see. Add to the default scene. Okay, this was kind of like part of the thoughts I've been having just in general, that maybe each scene should be more structured. So I'm already thinking about that. I guess I'll leave that there as a note. I'm not going to work on that right now. Let's see. Rules for subsequent turns beyond the first. Yeah, more structured each scene. Okay. Actually, so that next sentence, both of those notes are basically the same thing. All right. Put in monster behavior for default monsters. Yeah, I definitely want to remember to do that. Oh, yeah. Add peril to a success to get more reward. Oh, congrats on being on break, Bowman. You know, when I have this done, that's something you could do at lunch. You could even play a little bit, you know. Oh, it's probably better to socialize with coworkers, I suppose. I mean, did I just say that? Add peril to success to get more reward. This is what I want to work on today. And then I'm also thinking about in the future a DM version where you don't know what the monster is. You know, I am going to develop this beyond solo play eventually. It's going to have... I think it's going to be kind of fun when a lot of people can play together. All right, Chomp Stop RPG. Goal this document to get you playing Kaiju Quest as soon as possible. Oh, I never changed the name. We had it Chomp and Stomp, but it just wasn't working. You know, as far as like Chomp and Stomp was our old game about giant monsters, but it was a very different game. When you need to play the game, you need a notebook, journal, Word document as a log. This is where events are noted and actions taken. Bunch of 6-sided dice. So what I've done is I've also changed. This is the other balancing thing I've done. Instead of the monster getting 10 dice and the hero getting 5 dice, the monster's getting 5. The hero's getting 5 to start. They're starting even. Bowman, where I'm going, we don't need coworkers. What are you a vampire hunter? What's going on? What you need to play the game. At minimum, you need... Oh, yeah, all right, okay. What you will do. The game is designed to play right away. Just read on, follow the instructions. All right. Oh, you know, the other thing, though... Okay, hold on. Before we go any further, though. I forgot because I didn't write this as a note. But I think I might have less scenes. I'm not sure. I guess for now I'll just have the same amount of scenes. I'll still have 10 scenes. I feel like eventually, yeah, you know, I think the next thing to do is to make each scene kind of more structured. And maybe even have less scenes, you know. Deliveries in your car. You don't actually have to see people or anything, do you? That's pretty nice, man. All right, here's the setup. Let's do it. Okay, so the other thing I've done is I've taken away the antagonist. There's no more antagonist character. I felt like 4 characters was just too much. So in this version of it that I'm playing today, there's only the protagonist, sidekick, and love interest. So you only make 3 characters. We're going to use the default characters again. We're going to bring back Chuck. You know, I have to get these default characters kind of down. You know, you're obviously welcome to put anybody you want in. Our first run through was actually Gilligan. It was Gilligan, the skipper, and Ginger. And the professor was the enemy. All right, so let's see. So let's go to our default characters. We have Chuck. That's right, he's a janitor. I've been wondering about making him a janitor, though. I felt like last game it kind of like... Yeah, Bowman, you're saying, what if you structured each act? Yeah, right now it's slightly structured only in there's one way it's structured. The first 3 acts are like the perils 1, the rewards are 1, then 2 from the next 3 acts, and then 3. But I would like to add more structure. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna like probably lean into the whole like 3-act structure of a movie, right? That's like part of a movie, so we'll have 3 acts in there too, probably. You know, I do want it to seem like a movie. So I've actually been reading a lot about how movies are structured, how they structure narratives and stuff like that. That's how I came up with the turns, basically, from like scene structure. Basically a movie, which I hadn't realized, I hadn't thought about, but it's really obvious, is it's just one scene after another. And each scene leads into the next. And that's what this game does now, too. Each scene leads to the next scene in like a coherent way. I think what wasn't happening before is, you know, each scene was just an independent thing that didn't really exist within the whole narrative. And I think reading about all that stuff, all right, that's cool, buddy, has helped me fix that. All right, so he's a janitor. He's a janitor at the research lab. What just happened there? All right. All right, we'll do that. Chuck. He wants to gain status. That's his, like, motivation. Skip. He cooks in the kitchen. I guess canteen. There's a research lab. Does a research lab have a canteen? His thing is hedonism. He lives for hedonism. And the love interest, Donna, scientist, at the lab. And she wants to make a breakthrough in mutant research. All right, that's happening. All right, so that's the first part right there. So setup. I'm going to need to make this a little more organized where I can go back. Maybe I might have to change the colors again. Okay. Because going back and forth in the rules is not... I wanted to kind of avoid that. So maybe the default characters need to be... I'm going to say this. I'm going to write this as a note. Structure rules, so there is less. I'll just say less going back and forth in the rule book. I'm going to try to do that. Read anything about Hitchcock. He also did. Yeah, Loren is a huge fan of Hitchcock too. Actually, that's a good idea. I might write that as a... I'm going to read that as a note. That's a really good idea. Loren's actually in love with Alfred Hitchcock. She thinks he's like one of the best people ever. Yeah, he was a player. Yeah. Yeah, Loren's in love with him, yeah. If he was still alive, I'd be in trouble. All right, let's do this. Put any characters you like for the roles, or use the pre-made characters provided. I guess maybe I'll list them here. I don't know. There are no stats, but the characters feel real to you. You should be able to say how they would react in a given situation. I'm going to write a little note, maybe place characters here. I'm thinking about it. Okay. Next, write a log entry for the setting. It can also be anywhere that you're familiar with and can picture easily. Or use the default setting, which is funny because I have the default setting back here, which is maybe not really filled out that well. Let's scroll down. This is what I'm trying to avoid, by the way, right? Tropical island in the Pacific on a research lab. I can literally say that up there. I'm just going to cut this. Let's cut this out. I can't believe I done this. That's just terrible. Okay. That whole thing didn't need to be there. It feels good to get rid of it, okay? All right. Where do I put that? Oh, where is it? Oh, that's it for setup. Okay. See, I'm scrolling too much. Obviously, this is a problem and needs to be fixed. Or use the default setting, which I'll put as a comma. This thing. A tropical island. Yeah. In the Pacific on a research lab. All right, now write an entry for the monster. You can use any monster from movies or your imagination, or create your own. That's it for setup. All right, so first we'll do the setting. We're on a tropical island. The tropical island research center for mutant research. That's what I should call it. Yeah, that's where we are. Now the monster. What monster are we going to use? Let's go down to the once again default monsters. Last time we used Laserdactyl, which was fun. I guess I'll write a little note about Laserdactyl here. A giant pterodon that fires lasers from its eyes. All right, that was Laserdactyl. So we've developed Laserdactyl to that extent. We can write a sentence about him. Bowman, you're saying a military base would open up more applicable situations. Well, it would certainly add more military stuff against the monster. Yesterday, me and Loren, we watched it, my son, my dad, we all watched Shin Godzilla, right? Which is a terrible movie. Bowman, I just want to say that there was a point in the movie where two characters, they were like, side by side. They were facing each other having a conversation, okay, outside. And gradually, as they were having the conversation, the camera panned back. And they were just sort of left over there just still having this conversation. There was nothing to really see. It was just kind of like, a freeway or whatever. And it was one of the weirdest, cinematic choices. I was like, why? What are you doing, right? There was a lot of those in that movie where I was like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? This is very, very strange decision. It's a terrible... Have you seen Shin Godzilla? It's the new one. It's like from 2016. So I've been watching a lot of monster movies as research. And, oof. But there was a lot of botched military. I guess the point of bringing that up is there was a lot of botched military operations in that movie. And that does seem to be kind of a staple of monster movies. So I'm thinking about that. That's a good thought. In fact, I'll write a little note about, like, military base. That's always good. Because maybe we do need those, like, airplane fights or whatever. All right. Oh, you've seen it. Okay, it's so horrible. It's so bad, Bowman. It was just awful. A lot of giant monster movies are bad, though, I'm noticing. As I'm watching more of them, they're bad. The coolest scenes are literally always the monsters crushing stuff. So, I mean, I'm kind of having that's the tough part about this right here, I guess. I think I'm making better monster movie plots with this game right here than I've seen so far. Anyway, okay, I'll quit dicking around here. No, I'm not. I'm just always going to be dicking around. All right, now we're at an entry for the monsters. So who are we going to use? We're at the island for mutant research. They had Laser Dactyl last time. I'm going to say that we're going to use Pixodon this time, which is a giant terrapin. You know what? We might have to make Pixodon a sea turtle, though, or something. A giant turtle. Because turtles go in the water. We don't want to have, like, a land turtle on a Pacific island. I think that would just make it bad. I mean, maybe that could be interesting. A giant turtle. Basically, Pixodon is literally a giant turtle. That's it. Okay. This is a very simple monster. We're simple here. This is just, I don't try to get too creative. All right, that's it for setup. Now the game itself. Like the old monster movies, the building block of this game is the scene. Each scene is made up of 5 parts. Setting the scene, the goal, what success and failure look like, and then you resolve whether you succeed or fail. The mechanics of the game are, at its basic core, maybe I should explain that even first. I'll just keep reading, though. Once the scene is complete, a new scene is begun until the climactic scene, in which the dice are rolled. So we start off with 5 dice each for the monster and for the protagonist. And our protagonist lives heroically or dies tragically, based on who has the higher total on the dice. There are 10 scenes. The 10th scene is the climax, although the player can face the monster anytime before the 10th scene whenever they're ready. I'm just saying that right now. I'm not sure that's going to stay that way. The final is an epilogue detailing how the living characters feel about things and what they're doing now. There's the basic structure. So the game is you're gaining and losing dice throughout the game based on whether you succeed or fail at these things. Each narrative that you decide, you'll assign like an actual mechanical reward or failure to. So you'll see as you play the game. You need an opening scene to kick off the action and get the cycle of scenes rolling. So let's do that. This will be scene 1. So let's start off. Let's just get right into it. Let's see what the scene 1 is. Oh my God. Stuff's happening down there. Bowman says original Godzilla from the 50s is not a good film. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty, as my son says, trash. But yeah, it spawned a whole... It was like the first. It doesn't mean it was the best. In fact, people like saw it and were kind of inspired by the idea, let's say. Because, yeah, the original film was kind of crap. But it was more horror. It was kind of interesting in tone compared to the other ones. All right. Okay. All right. Name 2 characters. So the protagonist, so it's going to be Chuck. You know, last time I did Chuck and Donna, so it's Chuck and Skip hanging out. So now I just sit here, write the characters' names on. Next, answer these questions about the characters and write those in the log. What are the characters doing? As with all the answers to these questions, don't think too much or try to be creative. Just go with the first thing that comes to mind. What they're doing should arise naturally from the setting and the kind of people they are. I'm going to say that they are playing... Bowman has requested the epilogue not be horrendously depressing. You got to actually make sure the door is closed.
I did.
Oh, okay, thank you. How did it go out there?
All right. Here I am. I made it back.
There's a kettle.
I got a tea kettle.
And meat
we were
sticks?
two. I got the smaller one because we never used the full on the other one. But she said if it's wrong, I can bring it back.
Sweet. Well, hey, thanks.
You have to open that.
Appreciate it. We just got started here. We're at Chuck and Skip, and basically, okay, before I start with this,
I need
though.
to eat one of those.
Oh, you need it now.
Yeah.
Loren,
That's why.
I hate to make the joke, but yeah, Loren needs a meat stick now.
Yeah, I do.
You know, I hate to make that joke, Loren.
I'm gonna shove a meat stick in my mouth.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. Yeah. This is a family-friendly RPG. Give me that meat stick.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I'm also voting for not, like, horrendously sad.
All right, so not depressing today.
And depressing. Like, maybe our hero could
All right,
survive
well,
without brain damage even. I don't know.
I can't promise anything. But they're tied on dice this time.
Okay.
All right.
Start.
Sitting around on buckets in the kitchen playing poker. Yeah, I don't know. I was going to say for change, maybe for dollars. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Yeah, the kettle, died. The kettle died. It was really sad. They'll be chatting. Chatting about, women, I guess. They'll talk about their luck with women. And then, so let's see. Then a monster will be brought in and somehow interact with the characters. Is it attacked? Do they see off in the distance? I'm also going to say, do they just have a sign? Detect signs. And I think that's more what's going to happen this time. They're sitting around playing poker, chatting about women. The sign of the monster is that their chain starts rattling. And they hear big thumps in the distance. You know, Skip's like, are they running military drills? Or fire exercises or bomb drills or something? What do they do? They probably don't do that at a research lab. Out there, they run out to look. Okay. They run out to look and see they see over over the trees. Here's what I'm picturing in my head. So I didn't make any of this up. It just came to my brain as a picture. You know, probably from watching monster movies. And see a big shell. All right. So that's the monster introduces himself. Then begin the gameplay loop. So their goal for this scene 1. So then for the rest of the game, this is going to be how it goes. All right, I'm going to have some more meat stick too. As I think about what's the goal? All right, they want to run and get a closer look. To do that, they decide to climb a tree. All right, so now we look at what success and failure looks like. You know, we should actually put some music on at some point.
I will. I'm going to go rinse this out real quick.
Thanks a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, that looks cool.
Right, and this one, it doesn't sit on the base. It just plugs in.
Well, let's see how it works.
Right?
Maybe
so
that'll be
as
cool.
long as it's big enough.
Less moving parts.
There's less moving parts.
I hope.
It's
Yeah.
cute also.
Yeah, I know. It does look kind of cool. All right, so success. Skip. They get up a tree. They have both of them. A tree and get a close look at Pixodon. At Pixodon, and that will be they're going to gain hero dice. So since the first scene they only gain 1 hero dice. All right, and then failure. What would failure look like? Obviously, someone falling off the tree. Skip. All right. Skip falls. Maybe in the first scene, man, Skip could and faces peril. Yeah, he could die here. Skip could literally die, man. Okay, so that's what it looks like. We're gonna go ahead and resolve it here. Come on. 3 succeeds. So he gets a hero dice. We're now in the lead there. All right. Chuck and Skip to the top of some palm trees and see Pixodon rumbling through the jungle, smashing trees. All right, so there we go. That was scene 1. Now we go to scene 2. So they're going to kind of have different goals. Oh, they have to sort of decide on their course of action in this scene here, though. They decide, so they're going to run to the path. All right. And collect evidence for the lab. You know. All right, so scene 2. Let's see. Chuck and Skip run to the trail. To the devastation. Or to Pixodon's path. How about that? All right, so Chuck and Skip run to Pixodon's path and look for clues. All right, so goal. They want to find something useful to bring to the lab. All right, so what would success be? Success would be finding something, like finding, what would they find? Like scales. Do turtles have scales? They don't really. Turtle poop. They find turtle poop for the lab and get it tested. All right, here's where I'm gonna all right, here, and then failure, and not get it tested. They find turtle poop. So somehow that's a success, is that they find poop.
Seems like a lot of poop happens in this game.
Especially when I run it.
Yeah.
I blame JoJo.
Lots of poop.
Right? Yeah. This is really good, thanks. Bowman says turtles do not have scales.
They do poop.
They do poop, though. So we got this. All right, failure would be Pixodon turns around and barrels down on them. All right, so here we're going to do, let's say Pixodon turns around here. So what normally you'd get is hero dice 2, right? What I'm going to do is up the stakes. This is kind of the new rule I've done. Also, I'm like a minute behind. Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. Everybody does poop, thank you. I'm excited about getting tea because I might not make it, Loren. Until then.
I'm working on it.
It's going to be tough. So normally we get hero dice 1, and I'm going to say if we're failure, Skip faces peril 1. But we're also going to say, we're going to add peril to this. We're going to say suddenly Pixodon turns around and charges. So Pixodon will turn around and charge either way, but Skip faces peril 1. Even in a success, and then we get to add 1 to the hero dice. So he'll get 2 hero dice though. So we're up in the stakes, but also we get more if it succeeds. So Skip's facing peril one way or the other. Success or failure. Not sure I should have done that. What am I trying to do to poor Skip? Oh, it's failure too. Oh, ouch. So we don't get any hero dice, but Skip still faces peril 1. If I roll a 6, Skip dies.
Oh my god!
Oh no, he made it. He made it. Okay, phew. All right, so they dive out of the way of Pixodon's charge. They barely make it. Charge just in time, and run back to the base. All right. Run back to the base. Why though? Now I'm wondering what they're doing. All right, run back to the base to report to the lab. Or to report to command. All right, so scene 3. Here's what's happening though. They get to the lab. All right, so wait, who's going to be in the scene though? This is where they're going to go into the lab, I think. And where they meet Donna. Chuck and Skip and Donna. In the setting is in the lab. We have to set the scene. I keep forgetting to set the scene, I think. I need a way more clear. You know what I'm going to write here up in the notes? We're going to make clearer flow. Game flow. Game flow? Is that a thing? We want a clear game flow. In the lab. Okay. They stumble in and warn Donna. And see if they can learn something from her. All right, about the monster. All right, so success would be, let's see. Donna knows something they don't, right? Donna is a turtle expert and agrees to help. Agrees to try and find a way to safely divert the turtle from the base. Oh, okay, how about worrying about the monster? Yeah, I think the monster has to be coming toward the base. Then they hear over the loudspeaker or whatever. The monster is headed right their way. Right for the base. Alright, so the success means Donna's a turtle expert. And that she's going to try it. So scene 3, gain 1 hero dice. We don't need to have peril on this one. At failure, Donna is repulsed. Yeah, no, this is good, Bowman. Yeah, we should actually do a playtest at one of these times. I think I'm finally getting it almost, there. Maybe we could even do a playtest over chat and see how that works. Because it seems like you have the idea. I think you actually could probably play the game now.
What kind do you want?
How about lemon?
Okay. Hey, Cola.
Let's see. Donna's repulsed.
Your friend's sleeping. Your friend is sleeping.
Donna. Oh, maybe she freaks out and runs away. Because of her lack of confidence in them. In them. Yeah, okay. Let's see what happens. So what would happen? They'd lose a hero dice. Okay, let's see what happens. This one isn't as high stakes. Maybe it's not. The stakes aren't as good. Oh, hey, Aiden. Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, chess. Oh, this is a failure. All right, Donna runs screaming when she hears about the turtle. The giant turtle. Giant turtle on the way. We're using another playthrough, Aiden, of we're using Pixodon this time, the giant turtle, and we're still using the default protagonists, which are Chuck and Skip and Donna. There's no more antagonists. Montague's not around anymore. The antagonist is actually the monster. All right. So things start falling over. All right, so we lose a hero dice. We're back to even. Oh, hey, thanks, Loren.
Hey, you're welcome. I rinsed the thing out, but it might taste a little like new tea kettle.
Oh no, does it already? Is that what you're saying? Have you had it already and you're like,
No.
that tastes like new tea kettle?
I have not had it already.
Okay. All right, well, we'll see. I'll bear with it.
Just guessing.
Yeah, fair enough.
Cola.
All right. Donna runs screaming. She hears about the giant turtle on the way. The lab, stuff starts falling over. Due to Pixodon's monstrous footsteps. Is it Pixodon? We'll say mammoth. All right. What should, I'm wondering. This is just oh wow. That's rough. I thought what we had meant something. I thought you didn't just give your meat stick to anybody. All right. I think, okay. Chuck races after Donna to comfort her. Let's see how this goes. Scene 4. This will be Chuck and Skip. He's going to say, you pretty much have to pull yourself together here. All right, the goal. Oh, the setting. Let's set the scene. I have to remember to do that. I have been forgetting. Oh, yeah, settle with some tea. Yeah, I haven't even really started yet, have I? I'm just sitting here like drinking tea and eating meat sticks. But that's the essence of tabletop role-playing. I try to keep it at the essence, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we really doing here? All right, no, it's not Chuck and Skip. Well, that was a Freudian slip. It's Donna, the love interest. Is Skip the love interest now? I don't know. I'm confused. Setting. Let's say a back room. A back storage room. Where Donna has retreated. Terrified. This does seem like the 50s monster movie. Yeah, tea is pretty impressive, I'm not going to lie. All right, the goal to get Donna back out there in the good fight. He wants to deliver an inspirational speech, I think. Yeah. My spelling really's gone downhill. I'm not even going to lie. All right, so what does success look like? This is scene 4 now. So in the next 3 scenes, all the rewards and failures are at 2 now. So it's at 2 dice. So success, Donna is inspired, okay, by Chuck's impassioned speech and even a little turned on. And he gains 2 hero dice. I mean, he becomes like, that's some hero type speech type shit. All right, failure. Chuck creeps Donna out. She's like, why are you following me? I don't even know you. Get away, you creep. And he loses 2 hero dice. So I mean, this is big right now. Oh yeah, Bowman. Hey, thanks for hanging out, man. For sure. Yeah, let's try to actually maybe set up some kind of playtest here. Maybe I'll talk to you on Discord. I do want to actually let other people play at some point. I mean, after a while, my depressing role plays just, they have to wear on people, I'm sure. Setting. The rose-colored liquid stared back at me like a praying mantis waiting to eat the head of its mate. It glistened like the head of the male's head. Glistened like the head of the male's head that had just been ripped off. I think Aiden has the right idea, too. His characters would be a little different. Success, you guys. Success. It happened. Donna is inspired. Donna falls into Chuck's arms. After the amazing speech. Amazing speak. Wow, that is really rough. That's really rough. She agrees to go back to the lab and get to researching that monster. Okay, so scene 5. Acting. Scene 5. All right, so that was work. So 2 hero dice. All right, we're up to 7 and the monster's at 5. I mean, right now, we're looking pretty good. Oh, let me get the tea here. I'm going to have a sip of tea before we get to scene 5. All right, scene 5. All right, so now they're back in the lab. She's going to have to do some serious research. All right, everybody is back in the lab. All right, setting. So the setting is the building is being rocked by the concussive steps of Pixodon approaching closer and closer. Things are falling down. Lights are flickering. The whole thing. All right, so let's see. So the goal: to discover a way to drive off or divert. Let's move this up a little bit. Pixodon. All right, that's our goal. So success, what does that look like? So the success would look like a research montage where they play with test tubes, hold up test tubes, and finally Donna yells that she's found something. All right, so that's going to be 2 hero dice once again. Oops. All right, failure. on the cusp of discovery. A test tube is shattered. And the research is lost. They must flee. All right, wow. That's rough. So I'm going to say on that one, the monster gains 2 monster dice. We're just going to say the monster does that. All right, let's see here, you guys. So right now we're at, the monster has 5 dice. Right now, the hero has 7 dice. So if he fails, they'll be tied again. If not, I'd say the hero has a significant lead. And it was success. So the montage, you know, research montage. Donna finds, how about this? A pheromone that attracts giant turtles. They fill a bucket with it. And run outside as the ceiling starts to collapse. That's serious. Scene 6. All right, they have to go. Let's see. So Aiden, you're more for a like nicer, kinder, gentler ending as well. Yeah, he did get decapitated, I think, last time. Although he was literally crushed to death. Actually ground up into a paste. Okay. This will be all of them. Okay, so we get 2 more hero dice, by the way. I almost forgot to give myself the hero dice. Chuck has got a significant advantage. Donna, in the jungle, looking for a place to dump the pheromones. When they realize, here's what happens, that Pixodon is now following them. I'm seeing this one maybe won't even be like 10 now that I think about it. So the goal full. Lead Pixodon away from the base with the pheromone bucket. I don't think that's how you spell pheromones. That's fine. We don't have to spell here. All right, what does success look like? Success. Stream is unwatchable. Sorry, stream is unwatchable. Oh, downloading Forza 7. Oh, I see. You're downloading something. Yeah, good talking to you, man. Sorry about the unwatchability, but I blame that on Forza. Success. Let's see. What would it look like? Oh, they Pixodon changes course and begins chasing them. And we'll say that would what would they gain? Gain 2 more hero dice? That does seem like it. Failure. Chuck drops the bucket. And it spills on Donna. So now Pixodon is following her. Is charging towards her. All right, so that would be lose 2 hero dice. She might have to face some sort of peril at some point. It looks like. All right, so wow, let's see if they do it. I know you're just jealous you can't play Forza. Wow, another success. Boy, this has been like the success run through. Like, everything's really gone right for Chuck this time. I have to say, maybe everything going right is a little more boring. Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see how it goes in the end. We'll see how this story goes in the end. All right, let's see. So, Pixodon begins to chase them. And they realize he is so huge. They will be overtaken. So maybe Chuck grabs the bucket and sprints to the sea. Leading Pixodon away from the others. All right, let's see. So success. We're going to say another 2 hero dice. Pixodon follows Chuck as he... Well, this could almost be... This won't be the ultimate one, but follows Chuck as he races to the sea. Maybe the next one could almost be the climax, though. I can feel that. Towards the sea. Because, I mean, we do have a lot of hero dice. Let's say gain 2 hero dice there. Races towards the sea. Putting the others out of danger. And failure. Pixodon actually charges Donna and Skip in confusion. And so they are each in peril 2. Yeah, so that could be serious. So this either gets 2 hero dice, or the 2 get put into peril 2, which could be rough right now. We'll see how it goes. Oh, this one is a failure. Oh no, this everything was going so well. All right, so he actually charges. Chuck watches horrified as Pixodon charges towards his best friend and love interest. All right, let's see. He watches in horror. Let's see what happens. Oh, a success, man. That's crazy. All right, so he does once more 2 hero dice. Man, I don't know. This is crazy. He has so many hero dice now. All right. Pixodon charges best friend and love interest. Oh wait, no, they were in peril 2. Didn't I say that was a fail? Why did I roll another dice? I fucked that up, didn't I? They were both in peril. I have to roll for peril, not given 2 hero dice. I have to roll 2 dice for peril. Oh well, things happen. All right, here's for Skip. If I roll a 6 on one of these dice, he dies. No, he's fine. All right, here's for Donna. Is she gonna die if I roll a 6? Oh no, she's fine too. Wow, nice. They dive away just in time. All right, now here we go. So scene 7. I'm gonna make this the climactic scene. Chuck runs. All right, so it's gonna be Chuck versus Pixodon. Chuck setting in the final climactic scene. Chuck runs to a cliff and waves the bucket, hoping to have Pixodon charge him and fall into the sea. All right, so here we go. He's kind of going for the mammoth strategy. He's going to use Pixodon's giant bulk to himself. So, success here. This is going to be, we're rolling. There's no reward here except for just what happens. So the success looks like, to me, he either lives or dies basically in the climax scene. He has a ton of dice. Pixodon's got 5. He's got 9. So we have a good chance this time that he could win. Success. His plan works. And Pixodon charges into the sea, and swims away. Okay. That's success, failure. Chuck doesn't get out of the way in time. And is swept over the cliff.
Oh no! Oh no, that's the fail.
Yeah. With Pixodon. Yeah. So either he gets out of the way or doesn't, basically, at this point. So this is the climactic scene. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to roll Pixodon's dice first. See what we got here. See what the total to beat is. 9. All right, let's see. 9, 11, 13, 16. So on 8 dice, I have to roll higher than 16. Doesn't seem too crazy, does it? Higher than 16. Oh, this is looking good. 5 and 5 is 10. Well, here's 16 right here. Yeah, we did it. Chuck does it. All right, so the epilogue. Chuck embraces Donna at the edge of the cliff as the sun sets over the beautiful island. Hey, right? Look at that. Look at how nice that ended up, huh? How do we all feel about that? Yeah. Okay, well, there we go. That was a lot more successes this time. Yeah, right off into the sunset. Well, okay. I'll write my notes here. I feel like everything ran really smoothly. I feel like the game ran really well. Did having a different monster make it feel like a new thing? Yeah, I feel like this one did. I mean, obviously the giant turtle was charging the base. You know, that was the threat for the movie. Pixodon was lumbering. I will say that, you know, after a while, the default characters, while they, like, felt more real, I think I would want to switch characters, maybe. I mean, these guys are okay. I think that the fun part of this game is going to come into bringing people in. What was I going to say here? I got to get... Okay. Actually, I don't really need to write a new note. I think the big problem is that the scenes need to be more structured. There maybe has to be less of them. That was, what, 7 scenes? I think that was kind of good. I felt like this one was had less meat on it as far as like an actual plot.
Mm-hmm.
It was just...
Bad.
Huh?
That's not always bad. That's like...
Right.
You know, making the game you want, the length you want, the involvement you want.
Right, because I did think like ending on scene 7 was about right. Maybe there should be just like, you know, 6 or 7 scene turns. But then I could see, you know, in the other one, in the Pterodon one, Laserdactyl, it really did go 10 scenes. Like the story went 10 scenes. So I'm going to write this: how to determine number of scenes, or when to end. This is shorter because we took out a whole roll. I wonder if that was the case. The scenes last time were kind of forced with the antagonist in them, though, so I don't feel like I missed those. I honestly felt like the antagonist not being there was fine. Like, the antagonist, the thing they were struggling with was the monster anyway, so I don't know. I think that was fine. I'm going to just keep that for now. All the changes were good. I did feel like it was a little less interesting somehow, and I don't know why. Maybe because it's like, okay. I mean, I don't know if this is a problem, but because I'm just thinking of like the first thing that comes to mind every time or whatever. I think a lot of the stories, especially if I don't change characters, are going to be similar. Like, they're always going to go out and look for evidence of the monster, and maybe it tries to charge at them. And, you know, I'm curious how this is going to play over time. I had a good time, but I also felt like yesterday was maybe a little more fun. Maybe we have a handful of default characters to select from. Yeah. Maybe you don't have to just choose Chuck and Skip. Yeah, and they don't have to be the protagonist. Maybe Skip could be the protagonist sometimes. Yeah. Maybe in fact, okay, I'm gonna write down as a note. How about this? Have 12 default characters. Based on the archetype, the Jungian archetypes. That might work. Yeah, maybe. That might be kind of cool. And then you can choose, you get to choose anyone you want for any role. Yeah, they like research stuff. They found some like pheromone or something. I did feel like the game flowed way better though. That did work. All right, I have a lot of notes here. Like in between today and tomorrow, I'm gonna have to just maybe make. All right, well this was good. This part was good. I did put in more behaviors. Yeah, this first note right here is something I really have to think about before it goes too much further. This is also one just that I can clean up anytime. Military base, clear game flow. Yeah. Yeah, and this is a big one to me. How to determine the number of scenes or when to end. Anyway, thanks for hanging out today, guys. That was actually really fun. I'm going to do this again tomorrow. Is the last day of the week I'm doing it. And then it's Monday through Friday. It's at 1 for now. I'm just going to keep playtesting and working on this. You know, if there's any interest, you know, definitely reach out to me in the comments or wherever, honestly, wherever I'm at. I guess on Twitter too. And, you know, let me know what you think. Let me know if you think of anything that you want to, you know, see in the game that's not there, you know. Anyway, yeah. Good vibes till next time. Dude.